Hello, Aries. Welcome to your July reading. We are going to be taking a look at the energies for you for July. We're going to go ahead and get started. And I wanted to just do this one as a general energy kind of a reading. I thought of doing it week by week, but I think I will let that play out a little bit more as we're going into the full time. It's so busy astrologically. So let's take a look. The bottom of the deck is truth and looking out at the sky. The truth is out there. And deception and envy. Spiritual strength. And moving on. I think that spiritual strength is probably a very good one to look at because it's all a matter of Saturn has gone retrograde and so has Neptune. Or Saturn will go retrograde right before July. It'll be the 29th of June. And on July 2nd is when Neptune goes retrograde, which will be part of our life for a while then, with those two things retrograde. And it's about, because it's in Pisces, that spiritual nature of Pisces, I think that is where we will be using our spiritual strength quite a bit and kind of perfecting that spiritual practice. So let's take a look at what the tarot cards have to say under each one of these and see the messages Aries gets. On the underside of the deck, we will have the Fool. And I like that coming out with truth, right? So what you don't see coming, what the universe has in store for you, I do like that as an underlying energy. First row, 5 of Pentacles. This is that lack mentality. And I think the problem that we've been having, this hierarchical feeling of top down is not serving this very well. So it's whether this is, I think a lot of work situations are changing. So I think this might be a, if you're working for a big organization or big company, I think a lot of things are changing. And being that it's fallen under this deception and envy, I think you can expect big changes in that area. And under spiritual strength, King of Pentacles. Someone who has been around and has seen things come and seen things go and doesn't, get that fear mentality going on. It's like everything has its cycle and will come in its own waves. So under moving on, which is a 6 card, 7. 7 of Swords, the first, and I know this can be a card of someone being dishonest. But the first thing I thought about when I first pulled it was strategy. So let's see what else comes out underneath that particular column. All right, we're going back to deception and envy. What else? 4 of Swords. Wow, this energy of something going on that is, I feel like this is work related. I feel like this is work related. Having to recover from that, recover from some news. Center of your reading is the 8 of Wands, messages that are going to be coming in quickly. And in with this can also mean like 8 weeks, but it puts us in August. But 8 weeks would put us, more towards the end of August. So the end of summer. Okay. And then under moving on again. Page of Cups. Pages are, more young energy, more something new, but it's not, I don't feel like that this person's very wise yet. I mean, the heart is in the right place, but, knowing how to do things. So let's take a look. What else is under this 7 card of deception and envy? The Empress. Okay. So I do want to look at all of these 3. I think there's some kind of work-related issue, right? And I think it's going to be changing your work environment. And I think you will have, I don't know if there's going to be layoffs or downsizing in some way, but there's things that you're going to have to think about. And the nice thing is you're getting this energy of the Empress coming in, because with this, big companies are going to be changing in such a way that I don't think that they're that sustainable. So almost that's a blessing in disguise for me. And being that that's the Empress where things, I would just wait to see what comes into your energy, because I think that as the summer plays out and what you see going on with how your work is going to be changing, I think that you'll see that there might be some new opportunities coming through. So let's take a look at the next card here, moving into calmer waters. And this falls under this spiritual strength, right? So this sense of, someone has been through this in the past, right? And you have this energy of new messages and things coming in and then moving into calmer waters. And it's so weird how water is such a big thing in the news, and will continue to be a big thing in the news, especially probably during this next week, because when you have any planets that are stationing retrograde, especially the outer planets stationing retrograde, that's when you feel like the full force of their strength. And that's we're talking Saturn changing. So it's like something that has water that's breaking boundaries. We've had a lot of dams in Minnesota that have been affected, and there's been lots of water issues. I think also things breaking down. Even in your own house, if there's something that comes up that's a water issue, get it taken care of, because it will get out of hand for you unless you deal with it. So this is moving into calmer waters. So I think whatever is going to be that energy of this unknown thing for work, keep in mind that there's going to be different, better opportunities coming in for you, because you're going to be moving on from that. All right, and the final card for this last row here is the Five of Swords. Yeah. So this moving on energy, I think that that's probably the advice for the work, the strategy. Maybe they're trying to bring in people who do not know what they're doing, and it's just like, okay, what do I have to teach you? What do I have to do? What is, all this pressure is on you, and really, it's not your problem. It's not your problem. I think that July is going to be a time of you assessing the situation, right? Do not make any rash changes. Watch first. Watch and see what is going on first. And what I want to do is I really felt called to use the Shaman's Dream Oracle. And I don't want to read from the guidebook. I want to take a look at what is coming out. Ooh, we have volunteers. So, and the bottom of the deck felt like it wanted to come out as well. So we're going to take these 3 cards. So apparently there's some really good, hollow bone, teachability. I think I really got that message right about someone that isn't going to know how to do things, right? And maybe how teachable are they, right? The teachability aspect of it. I'm thinking, let me see what the other cards are here. So we'll take a look. This is a 28. This is teachability. And then what else comes out? Vanishing mirror, ego sublimation. Yeah, that's the right word. Ego sublimation. Things changing for you. And drifter, experiencing life as it comes. Yeah, this is very I would say it's that Pisces 29 degrees, that very unclear energy of you don't know yet what you don't know, right? So I think that take it as it comes, because I think there's going to be more clarity once we get away from the actual retrograde energies. When it starts, it's different when it's actually moving in the retrograde versus when it's stationed, both Mars and Saturn. So I think once we get past this first couple weeks, and I'll be drawing, for the mid month as well, in a couple weeks. But I think that energy of right now, because we're having so many things changing and it's stationing, there's a lot of unknown energy out there. So I would be gathering information, because really on the underside of the deck, you having, I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be changes ahead for you, but right now, I don't think, at least in the early part of July, is not the time to make them. I think you're better served with gathering information and seeing what's going on, because in this case, the Empress to me seems rather quiet, but just kind of more gathering that information in. So we'll see what happens for you. It should be an interesting July. So enjoy. Bye.